I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. This is Stop Drinking Alcohol 57. I had a bit of a rest last week. I was knackered and I just thought I'd take a week off from doing the diaries anyway. There was a couple of videos up, but nothing too spectacular. So back to normal now. I feel much more relaxed. And today I wanted to talk about looking after yourself, especially when you've stopped drinking. I think it's so important that you give your body the tools that it needs to repair itself. You know, when you haven't got that drink going through your system anymore, your body's probably going through repairing processes that it hasn't done for a long time, if you think about it. You know, and if you cannot be arsed to look after yourself, then who the hell is, you know? Who's going to look after you? Nobody. You know, nobody can force you to eat good food or get up and do exercise. When you're drinking, you know, your liver especially has to put up with such a battering, you know. It's, if you think that, you know, the alcohol that's flying through your bloodstream, and your liver is dealing with this blood at about 1.5 litres per minute. That's pretty quick, you know. It's really quite a toxic process. You know, if you think about it, it's if alcohol came onto the market today, it would never get past the Drug and Food Administration. No, it just wouldn't get past that. So it's when your body is trying to deal with this, it's doing it for your sake. You know, it's turning something really toxic into something less toxic. I mean, when we're talking about drunkenness, it's another word for toxic poisoning, acute toxic poisoning. That's drunkenness. Other symptoms of drunkenness include dehydration, headaches, nausea, vomiting, shaking, feel like you've got a really bad flu, otherwise known as a hangover. You know, so these are all symptoms of self-poisoning. Weird. The reason I'm talking about the liver in this way is because it's such an important organ inside your body. Without the liver, you just can't function. I mean, the liver is that complex that there's no way that they can make a prosthetic liver. You know, they can do your heart now, they can put a kidney machine, all that kind of stuff, but a liver, you know, I think you're hooked up to a machine for the rest of your life, which is only going to be short. But the point is that when you're feeding yourself alcohol, it's your liver is just not doing what it's supposed to do. You know, it's concentrating its energies, focusing its energies on getting rid of this massive toxic burden that you've just put onto it. And it can't do anything else. It can't deal with the normal toxins that are going into the body. So all these are still going around and floating around in your bloodstream, in your fat cells. You know, they're becoming part of who you are. All this crap. You know, and that's the reality of it. You know, so when we drink, it's very difficult for your liver to get around to doing what it's supposed to be doing, to its normal job of just keeping your body healthy. You know, and that's all because we're taking drugs, because we're drug users. Every time we take drugs, the liver cannot get out of this emergency toxic overload situation where it's just desperately trying to get rid of it. It needs to get that out of your body. You know, but the great news is that it is one of the most versatile and one of the strongest organs in your body. And once you quit drinking and you get alcohol out of your life, you stop poisoning yourself, then your liver is not in this cycle anymore. You've freed it up to be able to do what it's supposed to do, and it will start repairing itself. It will start to do the work that it was designed to do in terms of getting rid of all the normal toxins that are in the air around you, that are in the food that you're eating. It will start to get rid of the toxins that are stored up in your body because it just couldn't deal with them at the time. I was terrible for it. You know, not only was I drinking just so much beer and wine, the occasional spirits, so much alcohol was going into my body that it was just unreal. But it wasn't just that, it was all the crap that was following. You know, when you're drunk, you just don't give a shit about what you're eating. You know, it doesn't cross your mind that you know, eating a burger is just adding to the insult. But since I've quit, for the first 6 months I just was dieting and sort of wasn't losing lots of weight because I was eating the wrong foods still, and I started reading a lot of books about food and nutrition. And from there I just went vegetarian because I don't know if I read the wrong books or the right books, because it just eating meat just scared me. You know, like I thought, you know, that's just, I'm not putting that stuff into my body anymore. And it was a lot to do with the hormones and you know, just the chemicals that were being pumped into animals' bodies and stuff. And I read a few evolutionary arguments that sort of put me off eating meat as well, you know. So anyway, that's, you know, like, I'm vegetarian. It's not going to be for everyone, and that's not what this is about. I definitely would recommend that you eat a lot of vegetables in your diet. I think it's just, you know, you 6 a day, 10 a day if you can get it, you know, fruit and veg. Another thing that I do regularly is get up in the morning and have water, and then try and drink as much water as I can during the day, often with a bit of lemon in it. I think the lemon just adds a bit of something else. You know, it's a natural, fresh thing. And sometimes water can be a bit boring, but you know, a little bit of lemon juice is nice. Other things that I tend to eat a lot of include rice, a lot of brown rice, a lot of whole wheat products, lentils, beans. There's so many different forms of, you know, it all depends on your taste, you know, and you can add different things to flavour them up, that kind of thing. As well as that, exercise is another essential, you know, getting out every single day and doing something, even if it's only, you know, a walk around the block, you know, a couple of kilometres or something like that. I try and do 7 or 8 kilometres every day if I can, and 1 or 2 days I'll try and push it up to 20 or 25 kilometres, depending on how much time I've got. As well as that, I like yoga, so I get up in the morning, I do a bit of yoga. I'm not doing a hell of a lot yet. Mostly it's just to stretch. I've had a bad back nearly all my life, and the yoga seems to be helping me out. You know, it's just getting up in the morning and having that first stretch for half an hour. You know, I was never a big fan of the gym, but I think I'm going to try it out once. I have about another, I think, 14 pounds to lose to get down to my goal weight. You know, and it's a lot of people say that I'm losing too much weight, but believe me, I've still got the weight where I don't want it, you know, and it's around my midriff and the other parts of my body where you shouldn't be, you know. I think for a man, the most dangerous part to have the fat is around your belly. A doctor told me that a long time ago, and I just couldn't get rid of it because I was drinking too much and eating shite. So I'm gradually seeing it disappearing, and when I'm saying I'm losing weight, I am watching my calories, but I'm not hungry at all. I'm just eating a lot of different foods. So instead of eating carbohydrates in the evening, I eat a lot more vegetables in the evening. So a lot of bulk takes away the hunger, and then I eat a lashing of carbohydrates at lunchtime. So, and it seems to be working. And once all this weight is gone, then I think I will go back down to the gym. When you start to give yourself a good diet, when you start to treat your body right, and you look after your nutrition, and you get out and you do exercise, then you're not only helping your liver. I'm saying focus on your liver because it's an organ that you really need, and once that's working properly again, it's going to really help to flush out everything and to keep your body ticking over well. But by helping your liver, by doing all this kind of stuff, you're also helping your body as a whole, and nutrition and exercise is a very natural and healthy way to look at looking after yourself, basically. It not only looks after your body, but you're also going to be strengthening your mind, because your mind runs on basically the same building blocks as your body. So by feeding your body, you're also feeding your mind, if that makes sense. I'm going to do a couple of videos later in the week about some of the things that you can eat to help your liver, some of the things that you should avoid to help your liver, and some of the other things around in your life that you should be doing to give your liver the tools that it needs. If you look at the spelling of liver, it's L-I-V-E-R, and the first 4 letters of that word should tell you everything. It's without your liver you just don't live. So God bless the liver. Here's to the liver. So I'd love to hear any questions that you have. I'd love to hear any stories. I'm hearing great stories every day of people who are quitting and who are going through the process, and fair play to you. It's a good life. It's an awful shite life when you're drinking alcohol, I'll tell you that much. Once you get off it, there's just no looking back, So I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards.